What's good, my beautiful people? Uh, Here we are with another video. I just got back from work. Well, I got back from work a while ago, but I wanted to record. So, that's exactly what I will be doing today. So, don't mind the mess back there. Uh, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just wanted to record. Um, let's see. I probably should have thought about it. I need to start thinking about what I'm going to talk about before I talk about it, because then I'm just here, trying to figure it out on the spot. But that is exactly what I will be doing for today, is trying to understand, trying to figure something out to talk about. Let's see. Let me reflect. Well, let me ask a question first. Feeling lonely, right? I feel when I'm alone, right? When I'm alone, when I'm not just like distracting myself with work and things like that. Damn, hold on, hold on. Nah, not really. I don't think so. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I get distracted. Um, Whenever like I'm not like working or something, or dedicating my time to like being busy, putting my mind on something. Cause like I go to work and then I come back, I lay down, and I'm like, damn, today was like pretty like hardworking day, and then I'm like, oh well, I deserve to just like in my mind, I'm like subconsciously telling myself I deserve to just sit back and relax and just scroll YouTube or TikTok or something, and then time flies by, and then I go to the gym, and then I come back, I shower, I repeat. But then I'm like, well, no, I need my time to myself, right? And I'm like, well, what would the most idealistic, best version of me be doing with my time? I'd be like, well, probably reading a book, probably journaling, probably cleaning my room, maybe getting a head start and just going to the gym already, or something, point being is I do all this. I come back home and I scroll on my phone and I don't give myself enough time to really be with myself. And I think that's something that I've been lacking. And I think that's something that I always want to be able to push people to, not force on people, but like remind people to do. And that's to enjoy your solitude, man. Be able to be happy and be able to just sit with your thoughts. All right. I mean, like in your solitude, be in your own thoughts, and then sometimes it's gonna be hard. Sometimes it's gonna be some of the best, one of the best places that you can be, but you won't ever really know until you give it a try. So, uh, I saw videos of like people like raw dogging, like just going outside and just sitting, but they put a camera down, and they just sat there and just looked into the abyss of the world around them and stuff like that. And that's something that I think we should all do instead of just scrolling and stuff like that. Be able to do stuff. I know I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. The next few weeks are gonna be interesting, cause I got I'm trying this YouTube thing. Um, I got college starting up soon. I got work, trying to get better at my job, learning a lot, trying to build relationships with people, keep relationships strong that I already have, continue to read my joy, grow my faith and stuff like that. And it's a process for sure. But like all great things, it's gonna be hard, and that's something that I'm willing to embrace, and that's something that I think uh, everybody needs to be able to embrace. Is that like, who knows what might happen in the future? Maybe I lose a friend. Not maybe not to death, but like I don't know. Maybe things happen with relationships I'm in, or I don't know. A lot of stuff could happen, but point being is we just gotta be able to keep moving forward, trying our best. I feel like I haven't really been tackling that question about loneliness. Matter of fact, I don't think I even asked myself a question about loneliness. I just said I'm gonna talk about loneliness. Well, I guess my question would be, what loneliness? Why? 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 Why do I feel lonely sometimes? I feel lonely sometimes because I Cause sometimes I feel like I feel like I only have ever felt lonely, like in my soul. Whenever I'm not talking about like um external loneliness, like not having people around me. Like I'm grateful. I always have my family with me, no matter what. I could go downstairs and I'll be with my parents. You know, thankfully. I can go to the next room and I'll be with my sister or my brother. Um, I'm talking about like spiritual loneliness, emotional loneliness. How sometimes, even though I'm not alone in this house, sometimes I still feel alone in here, and then that's something else that you gotta tackle with. And I think how I dealt with that was by being able to just embrace it. I'm telling you, the best way to get good at something and to fix something is to just go in. My brother would tell me about this. He would constantly remind me about the buffaloes, bison, about the bison. He would always be like, "Be a bison, man," and he's like, "Just go through the storm." Bison, they're the type of animals to like always, like they see a storm. You know, cows usually they see a storm and they start going the other way, right? Cattle, they see a storm, they go the other way. Bison, they figured out that if they go through the storm, they'll get to a brighter they'll get through it faster, you know, by going through the storm. And I think that's like kind of philosophy that God maybe intended for us to reflect on, is the philosophy of a bison. That they see the storm and they go through it, right? And then just like that, they went through the storm, they embraced it, they felt all the rain, they felt wet, they were scared, they kept going through, and before you know it, there's no more storm up in the sky. But then cows, they're like, see the storm coming, they run the opposite way, and they're just like constantly running away from it. So I'm telling you, like the best way to get through a hard situation or figure out or fix a hard situation is to just simply go through it. And so, bringing it back to loneliness, what do you do about it? How do you fix it? Is you embrace it. You go through that storm like a bison. You just embrace it. You go through it and you sit by yourself and you're just like, well, man, I hate being by myself, right? A lot of people do. My best friend, he's always reminding me about how uh, he talks to me a lot about his ADHD, how like thoughts run in his mind a lot. Now I'm not a person who has an ADHD. I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I don't. But I'm sure it's hard, right? But being able, I'm not too sure about the thoughts that enter his mind. And then maybe thinking about that right now is reminding me that I don't know any of the thoughts that go through anybody's mind. All I can really say is that like you gotta be a bison sometimes. You gotta just embrace it and be able to sit there with your thoughts and just be like, I'm gonna figure out how to love myself because this is the only way out. Is that I gotta figure out how to be okay by myself. And sometimes it gets really extreme. I felt like those nights where like I felt really lonely, and I'd sit in my bed and I'd cry. I'd cry right there in my bed late at night because I can't go to sleep because of my like thoughts. My thoughts are up in my mind. I'm worried about the future. I'm looking back at the past at the same time. It's like, oh, it doesn't ever work out good. It just like, well, the future looks scary. The past is was hard to handle, and putting myself back into that position in the past is like, damn, that sucks. And then now I'm thinking about the possibilities in the future, and I'm like, damn, that sucks. You just gotta sit there, because I think it was through that like emotional toll that I had on myself that I was like, I just gotta survive the night. And then before you know, I fell asleep. The morning came, and I was like, the sun rose again. How surprising! And I sat outside, and I was like, okay, what am I grateful for? I prayed to God in the morning. I said, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. And then slowly but surely, I got my answer. That I was like, I just need more mornings like that, where I just sit by myself and I sit with God. And then by doing that consistently, I found myself not being as lonely anymore. I found myself being able to just go through my day and feel okay. And I saw this thing on Pinterest that's also something like I think I'll at the end when I'm done talking I'll talk about like the steps in order. But I saw this other thing online and I was like, damn, that's real. You gotta sorry, I forgot I lost my train of thought. Try new things. Yeah, try new things. Try the things that you always wanted to try but you were scared to try. Because that's one how you build confidence, but two, that's how you get comfortable being who you are. And I think that's what confidence really is just being able to sustain living within your own mind. Uh, so do the things that you always wanted to try. If you didn't like it, then don't ever do it again. Just know that you gave it a try and you did your best, and then you know keep trying. If it's something that you want to get better at, continuously try it again and again and again, and I promise you you'll get better at it. And if you don't feel like it's for you, then don't do it. Find something else. But if you feel like it's something that you genuinely want to keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, and I promise you progress will happen slowly but surely, or maybe sometimes it will come fast, but slowly or fast you will get progress if you just keep trying and trying again. And then by seeing progress, you're kind of showing yourself the proof that you are capable. And I think that's this kind of mindset that we need to be having in our lives, like growing up. It's something that our parents need to start teaching us. And I think that's something my parents did pretty good at, is like showing myself that, like showing me that I am capable of doing things, that I'm capable of doing anything that I want. Like if I want to be an MMA fighter, I can be an MMA fighter. If I want to make music, I can make music. If I want to record videos, I can record videos. It's like setting no limits on myself and just keep pushing forward and forward and forward and forward until I get good at it. And before you know it, I'm a master at what I do. That's the kind of mindset I think everyone deserves, honestly, as being a human being, that you're capable of doing great things. And I think that's uh, also can be double handed, is that you can also be capable of doing horrendous things, right? There's good things you can do and there's bad things you can do. And I think you gotta be, I think for me, I'm like in the middle where it's like, well, I did a lot of fucked up shit in the past uh, that I shouldn't have done. But I think that's the kind of thing that kind of builds my character. You know, I'm not saying go out and do bad things. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, don't be afraid to experiment to live your life, but don't be stupid either. Like, I mean, you'll learn. You'll learn. Like, either you sink or you swim. But whenever you start swimming, you start understanding about how the water feels and how all of that stuff really does to a person. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about life, is because whenever I get older, I'm going to look back and I'll be like, man, I know exactly what that young man is feeling. Same way I know my dad knows what I'm feeling. The old man across the street knows what I'm feeling. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about life, is that we get to understand each other through the hardships of stuff like that. So I guess in the end, you never really are truly lonely. You have no reason to feel lonely. God's got you. I got you. The old man across the street that you never talked to probably understands you. Point is, you're heard, you're understood by anyone, you are understood by God, and you have the capability of understanding yourself. And I think that's all you really need. But like I said, go talk to the old man that lives across the street from you. Make sure he's not a creep or anything, but I'm sure he probably has a lot of experiences.